Decided to do a little live action here. Yeah, there's a big buzz going around, and as everybody knows, hi to everybody. This is the after hours of Adam's Hamradio. Doing a little shortwave listening, as we all know. Got an update. One update. I finally found the donor radio. Another FTGX, not two, but one. And it was very cheap. I got it. All it takes is you gotta wait for a while before you grab the grab the deal. And I was tickled pink when I found the deal. I was really shocked. Really shocked. Donor radio actually looks pretty darn good. Maybe I should just take my parts or one it needs fixing. Put the face plates or whatever it needs on it. Put it on this one. It looks really nice. But anyways, my thing was about the FTDX10 and the FT710. A big debate on these two radios. Yeah. There's people out there saying, oh, well, you know, blah, blah, blah. I said this before. No. I was the one that did the research. Well, how do you know? I did the research, and they think, oh, well, you must be a god or something. No, I'm not. When something is being advertised, I don't care what product it is. It could be a car, stereo. It could be a piece of hand gear. It could be bug repellent. It could be anything. What the reviews are on an item. What does it have for features? What does it do? What's this do? How does it kill this? How does it do that? Right? I found out when I first got my FTDX10. Okay, cool. That was great. That was 2 years ago. I've had it for 2 years. And after that, all of a sudden, we get a little thing about Yaesu. Don't get me wrong, Yaesu. I love your company. I love your products. But you gotta come up with, something like the FT991. I got that. Then after that, Mike Ripe's, I got the FT991. Right after, in fact, I got one. Then they came out with the FT991 Alpha. Yeah. But I did the right thing. I didn't get the Alpha, but years down the line, the DFT DX10 came out. And then after that, the 710 was just in the works in the stream. People were like, well, how do you know it's this? How do you know that? I says, do your reading, do your research. It's not hard to figure out. I just don't know how to stress it. I mean, that's how I knew. The FTDX10 is a hybrid. The FT710 is an SDR. What's the hell the difference? The difference is my rig here, the DX10 Yaesu, is a hybrid. And it has more filtering, yada yada yada. And then the 710, it's an SDR. I don't understand. Is it almost like the iconic, I'm not making fun of that either, the iconic IC7300? That's also an SDR too. Has kind of like an SDR setup. So the 710, was that supposed to copy the 7300? I don't know. Yaesu, you tell me. Give me a radio. I'll promote it right on my channel, right here. I got my FTDX10 right here on my shelf, or on my thing over here. It's a little dark. It's the after hours, but she's right there. Right there, and there's my monitor. So I don't know. But Yaesu did a good job on that FD DX10. I really love that radio. Works really well. Sounds good. And you can't. It's just right up there with the IC 7300s. And anyways, like I was telling you, I bought. Well, I didn't get it. One of my ex-girlfriends, or if you want to call it that, for my birthday. This was going back. How long did I have that FT991? I've had it for about maybe 7 years. Okay, then a year or two later, they came out with the FT991 Alpha. So I'm like, damn, I got stuck with an FT991. It has a band scope. You hit the band scope button, and there's like a little thing in the bottom. It blinks out the sound, and it gives you the graph in the bottom. And it kind of is almost like it, but it's totally the opposite than an SDR screen. But enough of that. What I want to say is I got another rig coming. I got the two GX2s. These are running really fine. These run really well. I did a little changing over at the shack a little bit. So I put this is a Lenko GX2, my Kenwood TS430S, Yaesu, ICOM. So I got everything all in order. So, in case you're wondering. And there's all my microphones, studio microphones. One of these days I'm gonna have to do a walkthrough here in the shack here. Show everybody what's going on with the situation we got. Anyways, yeah, okay, here's my other gripe. This is definitely a late night video. I remember going back. Oh, jeez, I can't remember. Was it that when we had that Obama money that came in? That lousy $1,500 or whatever it was? Obama something? I'm not talking. I don't want to talk. I'm just saying. Remember we got that check? And I had other money saved up for something. I don't know what it is. And I put the money from that and I bought an IC 7000 Icon. Beautiful rig. It was just an awesome rig. I had it for 2 years. I used it a lot. I never abused my equipment. ICOM owes us all. The 7000 was a flop. And I'm going to say this because it happened to me and thousands of other people with that driver blowing up. It's a small board like this with a little chip in there with the driver right on it. What happened, mine did is it popped and went bypassed that and it popped the whole rest of the radio. Melted down basically. Spending what, $1,500, $1,600 back then. That was back in 2015. Now it's like worth a lot more. I think ICOM should give out. No, they had the Mark II-G. Okay, fine. Then it replaced it with the IC 7000. The IC 7000 was a great radio, and it gets very, very hot. You could fry an egg on the damn thing. And the thing will actually start bubbling. I mean, I'm not exaggerating, but it does get hot, you know. And let me turn this music down. I want to get a strike here. It's on my shortwave radio. ICOM definitely does owe us a radio because the 7000 came out. When I first saw that radio, I'm like, yes, that's a nice radio. It's something I need. I used to take it on trips. I used to do all kinds of stuff. And then one day I was rag chewing on the bands on 40 meters on one of the nets or whatever, and and this magic puff of smoke came out of it. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! Here we go. What now? And I went online to see what it is. I opened the top. It's blown. I see where the area is. I pulled it apart. I went on the interwebs, and it says it's that board that is poorly designed. It gets overheated, and it'll not explode, but it melts down. So after that, over many, many moons ago after that, I never bought ICOM gear ever again. Never. What changed my decision on getting ICOM gear again was that IC7300. I did my research on that radio even. Just like I did with the 7 DX, FTDX10 and that IC7300. They were built very well. But that IC7000, I did not do my research on it that well enough. I should have waited for another year before I even thought about buying one. ICOM does owe us a a mobile, maybe a little hair bigger, so you can put a little bigger screen in there. Have the same features that has. You can actually put a monitor up to it, which the 7000 did. I had a little LCD screen TV thing. I had it plugged into it as an external monitor, and it worked great. I love that radio. So ICOM, if you're watching this, you owe us or me a radio, and probably thousands of other guys out there that needs a radio. You don't even have any mobiles anymore. What happened to all the mobiles? I like to have a portable, not to bring a big, giant, bulky radio. One of my big radios I got over here is just too big. I don't want it. That 7000 or the Mark II-G is fine. And then, and Yaesu's doing the same thing. They're getting rid of all their mobiles. They're getting rid of everything. I don't know if it's just a revision of their products or whatever. I'm not Yaesu. I'm not ICOM manufacturer company. Something's not balancing out right. Like I said, and I'm going to say this one more time. If anybody quotes me again, don't bother even going on my page to tell me, how do you know? How do you know this? How do you know that? I'm just going to block you, and that'll be the end of it. This was a long time ago. I'm not saying that. Didn't happen now. This was a long time ago. I've been reading feeds on other people's pages about the 710, and I says, I've already known that. I've already explained that to people, and and everybody's thought I was crazy. How do you know? How do you know this? How do you know that? You got to read the freaking thing on the Yaesu website before it was a prototype. What it does. Come on, people. You got to use your head, do your research. Well, this is Adam Sam Radio, the late night live video. Saw one guy just pop in and just split. What else is new? Like I said, ICOM does owe us a radio. The 7000 was just. I see them on eBay once in a while. They want $900 to $1,000 for that radio. I don't know if they even did they did the fix on it. Certain revisions of that radio were bad. The first and the second revisions of it was good. Someone offered me a 7000. I will not buy it. I will not, and not because I hate ICOM. It's just the fact when I had mine, it blew off. So ICOM, you gotta make up for your mistake from that 7000. And I know it's biting you guys in the ass because of that. You need to get us another mobile radio, HF rig with all the fixings you had on the 7000s. Make it right. Have more coolant in there, fans or whatever you have to have it. That little bitty little box fan thing is about 8 big. Wasn't quite enough. When my radio blew up, there was actually heat stains on the top of the cover. That's how hot those things get. The 7000s. So, like I said, I don't ask for much. I'm just figured I'd make a campfire run around here to talk about radio and stuff. I had somebody out there was just in there and they just decided to split. Screw him. The guy's a nutcase. I really don't give a crap, anyways. I'm an honest guy. I'm a decent guy. I'm a nice guy. A very kind-hearted guy. I'm very sensitive. I get my days. The topic is about radio. Like I said, you guys, you owe us another radio. 7,000 was a flop. And then from there, when that died out, you guys never picked up the pieces. And then after that, then about years later, the IC 7300 comes out. That's your new flagship radio. Which I'm not complaining. It is a very damn good radio. I own two of them. But we need a mobile. Is that somebody here? Let's see. Hang on a minute. Okay. I wish somebody would check in and say hello. I'm just talking to myself, ghost talking. But yeah, ICOM should owe us another mobile radio. You can hook up a monitor up to it, just like with the other one, the 7000. Have it the same kind of layout, a little different. More for people that really not tech savvy, a little more, just a smidgen text, not as tech savvy, just like a Kenwood. They're very very versatile. And like I said, ICOM definitely owes us a radio. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, we made the radio, but we're not gonna come up with another one. No, we're not doing it. We got the IC 7300 out, and we got the IC 710 or what is 7610. The 7610 is what, like $5,000. It's just like, who the hell is going to spend $5,000? I mean, I know there's guys out there, they'll spend $10,000 on a damn amplifier or whatever. That's just redundant. That's ridiculous. Retarded. All you got to buy is, I got an old Yaesu FL2100B. It takes two original Centron tubes. I get about I put about 400 watts. Sometimes I'll peak at about 5, and I would rule the airwaves. Get one of those amplifiers, or you get a Heathkit SB200, which is the same thing as that, or the SB220, which I want to get. It's going to be on my agenda soon. Sooner or later, I'm going to get it. Just a matter of getting hold of the guy. It's a friend of mine. Well, like I said, ICOM definitely needs to step up their game and give us another mobile. And ICOM, shame on you. Anyways, but Yaesu is pretty much right up there. Anyways, like I was telling you, everybody's like, well, how do you know this and how do you know that? You gotta read the reform, not the reforms. Don't read the reforms. Those reforms are idiotic, stupid. People think they know what they're doing. You follow a reform and they'll say, oh, well, you gotta do this, oh, you gotta do that, or you gotta do this or that. Half them reforms are all bullshit anyways. I never follow a forum. I do my own thing. I do the research. Just go on a webpage that's dedicated for the specific radio or whatever component. Everything. Well, how do I know that? Well, I do research. I don't go on reforums. Those reforums are Bullshit. They want you to blow your radio up. Oh, there's a hidden menu in there. You gotta. No, that's not for you to touch. Hidden menu is made for the technicians that are servicing your radio. For voltage checks, bias voltages, receive could be the voltages that comes into the radio. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. If it says a hidden menu, you do not touch the hidden menus on radios. Because the forum said that to do that. No. You just ignore that. Like I said, I did all my research when that 710 came out. Like I said, I did all my research. I went to the Yaesu, um, webpage. It was a prototype, and they mentioned it at the I think it was Hamcation. And just by looking at it, it looks almost similar to the DX10, but it was totally different. How do I know? Research. Do your research. Nobody doesn't know how to use these two things that God gave you, and this up here. Everything has got to be like, well, give me it. Let's see. Well, how does it work? How do you know? I'm just making a point. This is Adam Sam Radio, late night campfire type of deal. I don't have a campfire here, but I got the lights on. It's dark in here. It's late. It's probably about 2 in the morning over here in Florida. Yeah. So I'm gonna, like I said, I got another Yaesu coming. So I got the GX2s. I got two of these over here. I got these guys over here. And this is the Linko. That thing works pretty good. It's got great receiving, that thing, by the way. I've had it for many years. That thing works really good. And I got the Kenwood way down here. This is my friend's that passed away. We did a trade. Every time I use this radio, I think of him. Bob, N4UVC. I got this from him. It's very special to me. I'm never going to get rid of that radio. So I got the the GX2s, and I need the one GX Mark 1. So I think the rig I got in the parts bin in my closet, maybe I could just refurbish that one, depending on how good is this one. If this one's okay, I'll get that running. Take the parts off that one, put it towards this one. It's a hit or miss. But the only thing I need to get is some information. If when they ever did get a chance to see the video or whatever, I know there's the technician or the tech specs for that radio, because I like to get these all aligned. And these two GX2s need alignment. The rig I got from my friend that passed away, the 430S, that's dead nuts on frequency. He said he had that serviced 5 years ago, and that thing is dead nuts. So I got the two GX2s, and I'm getting the Mark 1 that I'm fixing. And I like to get the service manuals for those. I got some service equipment. I got frequency counters. I got a signal generator. The basic tools, your ohm meter. I'm sure there's more than that. You need an oscilloscope, but I'm on a budget. I wish I had an oscilloscope for number one. Number two, I wish I had a shop. And number three, I wish I had more room. And number four, more lighting. And number five, not lose anything, because I'm pretty good at losing shit in my shack here. I mean, this is what you see is what you get. Will somebody chime in here for crying out loud? I mean, I'm getting nobody give me thumbs up, no audio or whatever. This is what I'm saying. It's a dog-eat-dog world. I guess I'm not kissing butt or something to something that I don't know about. I have friends out here, and I respect them very highly. And you got other guys out there that they subscribe and they don't say a damn thing to you. They use you as a clown act. I'm not a clown act. This is my hobby. This is what I do. And this is what you should be doing. Am I right? Am I wrong? Well, the conclusion is the 710 and the DX10 are two different radios, like I said from the very freaking beginning. I'm going to end it to that. I'm going to end this other debate on this IC 7000. I'm going to say ICOM. I'm not mad. Well, I was mad at the time. Jesus right there, but you guys got to make up your mind which model you want to make. An FT991A or well, that's obviously it's in production. You have the FT991. Now there's an Alpha. You guys got to stick to one radio. Either it's one or the other. What are you guys flip-flopping? You gotta get yourself straight. You got your radios here. You got the DX10, the FT991, and then 857, and all these other things. But like I said, those guys I ain't worried about. It's just ICOM. They really screwed me and thousands of other people I've read online. And they put their own matters in their own hands to fix it. I didn't fix mine. What I did is I parted it out, and I felt so bad that I had to part it out because I lost money on it. The most I got out of it was probably about $500, close to $5, because the head unit was fine. The cases, some of the components in there, and I forget what else. I think it was like $300-400, $500, something like that. I sold everything all individually, and I used to sell on Fleabay, which you don't make money on that anymore. I used to be a seller. For one, you get taxed. That's the number one freaking thing nowadays, because this freaking government. You get taxed, and I can see you got to pay the commission. Then if you got a PayPal account, you got to pay PayPal. You're really going to make money off eBay nowadays. Now you got Poshmark out there. I mentioned it on TV. Oh, I see a lot of clothes in my shoes. Oh, I see dollar signs. Lady, you're not going to see any dollar signs. You're paying for taxes and then your commission fees. I know how that is, the commission fees and this and that. I have a niece that she does her artwork, and she gets commissions on some of her art. Some people want to buy it. It could be a cartoon character. It could be a fiction. It could be But anyways, like I said, I'm going to end it right here, I guess, because nobody really gives a shit what I do anyway, so. Just wanted to get the word out there. We're doing okay. I got to get probably an operation on my back. I got to get some MRIs. God. The 21st or something like that. Then I know I got bone spurs in here in the back. I got just if I have to go under the knife again, I got to do it again. It's just. Anyways, because if I go shopping or whatever for a long period of time, my whole back just gives out, and I walk like this, hunched over it. It's just so painful. And sometimes I get up in the morning with headaches in the back of my neck, because it goes to your back, comes up and over, and it comes back here. And it almost feels like somebody took a bat and just hit you right here. That's how bad it hurts. But like I said, ICOM, you owe us a damn radio. 7000 was a nice radio, beautiful radio. I still do. I still love it, but I wouldn't want to buy another one. And on the used market, they got some crackhead guys out there. They have one for sale for about $1,000. $1,000. Another $5, you could buy a brand new HF rig, like the 710 or the FT991 Alpha. Pretty close. $1,200. Really? Best mobile that was made is the 857, Acer made, and the 706 Mark II-G Icon. Two good radios, pretty good. And some of you backpackers, the FT818, and there's that other one that has an 8 model, same thing. Those are all discontinued. You know, it's like, I think it has to do with all this BS going on in the world between parts, components, you know, how the world's going. Everything is trading this way, trading that way. Things from China, things from Japan, some things from Taiwan, or, you know, Silicon Valley. Who the hell knows? It's just parts for electronics is getting to be expensive. That's why I'm so glad I got my shack the way it is. I got everything I need. It's all at my fingertips. Every radio I like, it's all here. So, and I like to rebuild, use my hands. Not too many people do that anymore. Nobody doesn't know how to hold a damn if I can get it over here. Nobody doesn't know how to use a soldering iron anymore. Yeah, a soldering iron. I use this I had this soldering iron for 8-9 years. Yeah, it's a Radio Shack one, but it's made by somebody else. And that's the original tip on it. I still have tips. I think a Weller tip would fit on that. They make the tips. It's round. It has that porcelain on the bottom. It screws on. Just unscrew that little thing, collar. That thing there has been working really good for all these years. I bet you nobody doesn't even solder anymore. Nobody does. Well, I know some of my friends do experiment, like Radio Nut 68. He does his own thing. He makes a lot of his own circuits. He makes his own tuners. He makes his own. He's like the only one that I know that makes his own stuff. And there's a few other guys out there that do tinker like me. You know, everybody's got their thing, I guess, as people used to say. Everybody's got their thing of doing things. You know. But I don't know. That's just the way things go, I guess. This is the new age, 2023. I hope it's going to be next year is going to be better. I don't know. I think what's going on with the world is just very, very depressing. It's making me depressed. I've been depressed all day anyways. I feel lonely. That's why I do videos, because it makes me feel good. I like it when people comment, leave good comments, but give me thumbs up. And Jay or Adams, keep doing what you're doing. We love you. You know, that's why that makes me feel good. It makes me want to do more videos. Then when I get some stupid ass remarks, I just delete it, and it's like, what the hell am I doing this? Why? But I just ignore it and just delete it. You know. Oh, why do you look all stoned? Why you look all? How drunk were you? I don't drink. I don't do drugs. The only drugs I do is my prescription drugs. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. I remember that one video I did. I was tired. It was late night. I just got to finishing a radio. I think it was the helicopters, that one I showed you, and it's working. And I could see my picture. I was doing something, and my eyes were like this. Oh, it looks like you had too much to drink. I chucked up as a joke. I says, whatever, you know, wisecracks, whatever. It's harmless. You know, I was tired. You know, when somebody looks funny, you don't assume they're drunk or what. I was wiped out. I worked on that radio for like 4 or 5 hours getting the thing to freaking work. You know, so that's what I'm saying. Nobody works on stuff anymore, and nobody works on cars anymore. If you had a collision shop, there's nothing physical about it anymore. You smash the front end to shit. You know what you do? They get a pre-made, prefab front end, and they bolt it on, bzz, 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 and paint, primer, epoxy primer, and paint it. That's what they do nowadays. Nobody gets their hands dirty anymore. Nobody wants to do anything, you know, it was a skill back then. When they made cars, and the collision centers, you know, sorry, have collision centers now. It's just like it's a joke. It's just like a fix, pull dent, and then put a new fender on, bolt it on, and match the gaps, and shim it, and then paint it, and send it on its way. You know. Anyways, I'm gonna end this video, and it's getting late. I think I'm gonna hit the sack and get some sleep. I know this video probably don't mean shit to anybody, but it means a lot to me because it keeps me company. You know. Actually, I'm talking to myself. I'm looking at myself in my monitor right now as we speak. Hi, me. How you doing? Just think about it. Think about exactly what I was telling you about. Everything from ICOM, Yesu, about people, what they do, their reactions, just about everything I discussed around this campfire we were just talking about. So with that, I will say 7-3 for now, and hopefully I'll say hello or give me a thumbs up or whatever. You guys probably gonna think I'm crazy, but like I said, I'm a very fair dude. I'm really calm as a kitten. I'm a real funny dude. I like to have a good time, and you know, sometimes I get aggravated once in a while. We all do. We're all human. Human beings. We're just human. And anyways, I can see myself. I'm getting tired right now. I'm getting tired. I can see my eyes. I'm getting tired, so that means I got to go to bed. So, anyways, guys, 73, and catch you all later on the next one. If I can get the thing turned off.